It'll be a tough one. I was impressed when I looked at Arizona in terms of their defensive toughness. I was impressed with their inside physicality, and certainly we had trouble with that early. Felt like our defense was really good early and felt like we missed an opportunity to run away from them early. And just, when you look up and you hold a team to shoot 16% in the first quarter and you're up 4, that's not the number that you want to see. And so, but proud of our group. We, had a great answer in the fourth. I thought we found enough offense, and there's going to be nights like this where you've got to win in different ways, and proud of our group for doing it tonight.
Is there something in particular that pleases you about the defensive performance tonight?
Well, I think when we were really good, we really were locked into the scout. And that certainly pleases you anytime you look out there and you see players communicating the plays, the actions that they're going to see. And I saw that multiple times. So, that certainly pleased me.
Serena, 1,500 career points. How impressive is that for her, given how many assists and how many rebounds and how many blocks she also has in her career?
Well, she's one of the better all-around players in the country. There are just so many things that she can do. And so I thought tonight, first half, she had really good reads on the ball screen. They kind of mixed coverage up on her. I thought she really played with a great pace in that stretch. She just did Serena things tonight, just a little bit everything, right? And while it wasn't a big assist night because we weren't shooting the ball great and maybe we were a little bit late with some things, she found ways to get enough points.
Gisela had a stretch there in the second quarter where she scored 8 points, including back-to-back three-pointers. How impressive was that from your vantage point to see her score in different ways? And was it sort of a concerted effort at that point to try and get her the ball a few more times?
Yeah, Gisela's a talented player that she had a good look to her and ran a couple things to get her some more looks. And that stretch, we really needed it because that was not a stretch where we were playing well offensively. So, good for her. Good for her. We're going to need her to play like that, and she certainly is capable of it.
And then how much does it help the team where, one night you can trust Gisela to score a couple points in a row, other nights it's Taryn, and so you guys sort of have multiple people who can score, those key buckets when you need them.
Well, that's the idea. The idea is obviously to have a balanced offense that has, once again, if you make the right play, the ball can move to people, and when you get a hot player like her, you can run some action for her. And I think the best teams in the country can score the basketball. And while tonight was a grind, we've shown throughout the year that we can really score the basketball. Tonight we do it where Lee only takes one shot. That's unusual for us. So this group continues to find different ways to win.
Coach, that's a pretty nice crowd tonight. What did you think about the atmosphere?
I thought it was a good crowd. I was a little disappointed. I thought we'd have more than that, honestly. But it was an energetic crowd. I'll give that. The group that was here tonight, I appreciate them because they were really loud and they really responded to our team, and I think they helped us. I hope we have more on Sunday.
And it's still early, but Serena kind of said earlier when she was talking to us, just this league is crazy. Every game's competitive, every game's tough. Do you guys sort of feel like you're hitting that point of the season, like where that's weighing on you, or is it just full steam ahead and keep winning because we're in there?
I don't feel like we know that in this league you better be ready every night. And that in any of the Power Four leagues, you better be ready every night because as we've seen, even the teams that maybe don't finish at the top, they have players that are capable of playing in the WNBA. They have players that are capable of making plays. And if you catch them on their best night and it's not a good night for you, that's when you're not going to be successful. So I think our group's been solid. I think we're coming off of a really good road trip. I was concerned about this one because stylistically, this was way different than what we faced in Utah. And we saw tonight where we struggled with some of that.
I was wanting to go back to what you said earlier about Serena. What makes her such a good all-around player?
Well, her athleticism and her size allow her to move around some. And I think her instincts allow her to play a variety of spots. So she's continued to get better defensively. She's a really coachable kid. So if you talk to her like as a young player, her angles maybe weren't as good as they needed to be defensively. She would correct that quickly. Players that have, I think two things are key to improving. If you've got a work ethic, you're going to improve. If you have an ability to be coachable, then you're going to give yourself the best chance to improve quickly. And now, if you don't have the athleticism or some gifts there, you're going to be limited. But in her case, I mean, she's got some of those gifts, and she's all the above that I just mentioned.
When you see 1,500 points, 500 rebounds, 500 assists, and 50 blocks, just how can you put into words just how impressive that is?
Well, yeah. One of the things I always have a great appreciation for Serena is she's a winner. And when you have numbers like that, there are moments in games where you just have to do whatever it takes to win. And I think it leads to those balanced numbers, because it might be a night where you need to get 10 rebounds. It might be a night where we're asking you to guard the leading scorer of the other team at a position that maybe isn't your number one position, but that's what the team needs. And Serena has the ability to do all of that. So for her to be able to do that, and she'll have a lot of opportunities to add to that, is a credit to her and her teammates. Obviously, the assist numbers, they got to make some shots for her to get those. And this year, we've made more shots.
Is Tamira on her best run as a Wildcat right now?
Certainly from three, she's pretty hot right now. I think she's learning to play through the physicality of this league. And I've been more impressed with her defense. We've been able to move her around. I think she said that in D. Scott's article, that she's guarded more guards than she ever has before. That's not easy to do at this level. Tonight she guarded a forward. So, yeah, overall, I think Tamira's doing a lot of really good stuff right now.
Were you planning to keep Aoka out of the second quarter there, or what was the reasoning behind that?
She aggravated her foot, and she was not giving me the thumbs up. So that was her call. And then we got to halftime, and I think she felt more comfortable, got the shoe off, she's in aggravating that. I'm sure that, when you're out there, you're not sure, right? And I sure am not going to put her out there if she's not sure. My plan was not to start her the third quarter either, but late in the halftime, she gave the thumbs up, and I'm not stupid. Okay, you're starting. Okay. Now, if it had been the thumbs up where I need to override her and say, no, we're going to keep you out. But she felt good about it, so I felt good about putting her back out there.
Obviously, she didn't have the offensive numbers, but defensively, how important was
Was
she?
Well, you saw it, right? I mean, any window of opportunity they had, she erased. And she doesn't just erase it a little bit either. She erases it with some physicality. And this was a physical game. I mean, wow. There was bodies all over the place. And so both teams were trying to send messages to each other. And Yoki certainly rim protected for us.
And what did Arizona's defense do well to whether it's cutting off entry passes or denying guards driving?
Well,
What
I
did they
thought
do
two
well?
things. They challenged any pass in the air. So if we made a little bit of a mistake on a lob to Lee, they challenged it. Secondly, they were quick to our shooters most of the time. So even when we did a good job of pass faking, they were quick to get out. And that gave us trouble. And they're a pesky group. So their staple as a program has always been defensive toughness, and they create a lot of steals. They create a lot of turnovers, and certainly you saw that firsthand tonight.
Did you see an extra motivation for Gisela playing against a former team today?
We didn't talk about it. I know she was excited to play. So I sensed that she was excited to play this game. And Gisela's always excited to play. But, I think she wanted to show her former coaches that she had progressed as a player. She has good relationships with them. So it's not a negative thing with her. It's more just, I want to play well against people that know me, and I think on their side, I think Jada Williams had that same motivation coming in. I've known Jada. She's from my hometown. I think her motivation was to play well in front of family and friends and play well coming in here. I think Giselle and her both had the same positive motivation to play well.
She's still got the tape on that hand. How close is she to being 100%?
I asked that question earlier today. Like, how long does she have to wear the bowling tape or whatever? That's what I always call it when they have the wrist thing. I think it's up to her at this point. I think that it's not they said whenever she's ready to take it off. It does provide her some extra strength, I think. But I think we're close to where she's not. I mean, she could do it right now according to the trainers. But I think she probably, maybe in the off week here, maybe a good window to do that.
Something Coach Barnes mentioned in her post-game press conference is that she felt like they didn't have pressure, that it was a game for her girls where they could just go out and play their game. Do you sort of feel like you guys have to play with a little bit more pressure, knowing that you're likely going to get the opponent's best game for most games?
Well, I've said multiple times we need to make sure that we give our opponents our best game. And we've been through this before. I mean, we've said this from day one of this year. Coach Nick said it way back and he said it well to the team, that we need to be prepared every game and give everybody our best shot. And people always talk about that. Well, you're ranked, you're getting everybody's best shot. But we've been ranked now for I don't know how long. And so this particular group, they're not new to this, right? So our preparation needs to be excellent. I think it was good that we had game pressure tonight. Truth of the matter is we need to face, we've had some margins that we needed to face fourth quarter game pressure. We did that tonight. I was pleased with our response to that. I think that'll bring the best out of us, and so it was good to have to play through that tonight.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys.